I want to ask Jim Melton to come up here. Jim actually oversees our compassion team. He does a great job with that, kind of all of our global stuff. And Jim, let's welcome Jim. We ought to do that. There we go. Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. And so first of all, kind of explain, what does that mean? What's it mean to be a part of the compassion team?
Well, sure. I guess for us, we consider ourselves an important part of what we do as a church. And so I consider all of us members of the compassion team. And so I think I start by saying thank you because this church is just overly generous. And so your generosity enables us just to have a compassion team. We know without you, we don't even exist. But with that comes a sense of responsibility. And so to be a part of this team, we feel like we just don't want to let you down with our global ministry. And so we try to have the best global ministry of any church in the world. And how we measure that is through three different metrics that we call reach, restore, and reproduce. So through compassion and through this partnership, we're able to reach, helping people find their way back to God. We're seeing that 454 kids on a daily basis finding their way back to God.
That's awesome.
So now that's better than any organization internationally is doing. On the restore piece for us in global ministry, we use the elimination of extreme poverty as our metric. And what that means is people living on less than $1.25 a day, we want to eliminate that standard. And through compassion, they were named through a study with Christianity Today as the leading long-term alleviation of poverty strategy. So we feel we're doing that better than anybody in the world as well.
That's awesome.
And then finally, the last metric is reproduce, and that's what really gets us excited because now we're on the verge of not just doing it as a ministry here, but being able to do that across the world, not only as community, but with a number of churches. So that's where we're headed with Celebration Generosity.
All right, so some exciting things have actually happened over the last several years. I mean, we've been making a lot of ground up. So talk about over the last several years, some things that have happened because of the generosity.
Yeah, for sure. So the relationship with compassion is relatively new. It's only 3 years old, and in that 3 years' time, we started focusing in Haiti, and we partnered with 3 churches in Haiti, and then as a church, we sponsored over 650 children in Haiti. But we thought that as community, we could have an even bigger impact. And so instead of just focusing on one country, we decided, let's expand that to Central and South America to eventually, hopefully, then have a bigger impact on the world in general. And so what we've done in the last year is to plant a church in Nicaragua, is start of a pilot program. And what essentially that means is through the combination of what we've done with planting a church in Nicaragua and the improvements we've made to our partner churches in Haiti and the original partnering, we could be over 1,000 kids sponsored by the end of 2017.
That's awesome. So that's kind of a glimpse over our shoulder what we've done. And I know you have some big ambitions, some dreams about the future, and would love to get these folks in on it. So talk about where we're headed with this thing.
Awesome, yeah, for sure. So this is kind of, at least for me, this is exciting. I don't know what you guys think about, but man, 20 years ago, the level of extreme poverty in the world was 52%. So 52% of the world was living in extreme poverty. Now that number's down to 26%.
I think we got to pause there just for a second because you hear a lot of kind of doom and gloom kind of stuff, but because of organizations like Compassion, throw that stat at us again. This is important.
So 20 years ago, 52% of the world lived in extreme poverty, like living on less than $1.25 a day. Today, that number's 26%.
We're making up ground. We're really making some progress.
But we feel that as a church, we can't take up that 26% ourselves. We know we need to involve other churches. So what's really exciting is in the upcoming year, now that we've had a pilot church in Nicaragua, we can go to places in Central and South America, the poorest of the poor places where there's not any church in existence. We can plant a church there, and through a partnership with New Thing, other New Thing churches can also plant churches in the poorest of the poor areas. So essentially with the upcoming year through Celebration Generosity, we can find the poorest areas, one where kids not only didn't have a church, but didn't have a compassion program to go to, and now the kids will receive the same benefits from compassion, but there'll also be a church there to do all the great things that community and all the New Thing churches are doing all over the world. So that's what gets us excited, the possibility for having a huge impact through a partnership with New Thing.
I'll tell you what, and one of the things, we've tried as a part of the staff team here to really vet out and bring you the very best of the best. And I have complete confidence and incredible enthusiasm about what the New Thing team's doing, but also you heard about the credibility, even from Christianity Today, who says they're doing the best of anybody in the world as far as fighting global poverty. to high integrity, making a huge impact kind of organizations that I personally love to invest in. I'll tell you, when you came in, we gave you one of these cards. Go ahead and grab your card, would you? It says Celebration Generosity. It has the 4 teams. That's a quick, go ahead and grab those. We'll come back to those later on. But that's a quick glimpse at those 4 teams. And let's just thank Jim for all his hard work and the Compassion team and the difference they're making around the world, all right?
Thank you.